I'm going to show you how to create a gravity-fed watering container by tapping a 5-gallon bucket. I want to create a gravity-fed water container out of this 5-gallon bucket so I can automatically water my office plants. The goal is to tap this 5-gallon bucket with a 1/4-inch NPT barb so that I can connect it to tubing. This project seems to be of interest beyond the gardening community in that a lot of people are tapping these buckets to make homemade beer and need to connect them to a spigot. What seems like a simple project is deceptively complex because of two factors. The first is that these buckets are made of HDPE, high-density polyethylene, and no type of adhesive sticks to them. The second is that the buckets are contoured on the side so that if you use some sort of flat-sided adapter, it won't mate well and crack the bucket over time. I've seen some other attempts to solve the problem, but I haven't liked the approaches. Some people have tried using silicone caulking or glue, but as I mentioned, nothing sticks to HDPE, and eventually you'll get leaks. Others are using expensive, hard-to-find bulkhead adapters, which tend to go obsolete. These have the problem that they are flat and don't conform to the shape of the bucket, which leads to cracks. Lastly, I've seen some people using a torch to melt the plastic on the bucket and then creating threads directly into the melted plastic. I'd imagine you destroy a few dozen buckets before getting this approach right. Even if you could get it to work, the walls of the bucket are thin and you'd only get a few threads formed and the joint would be leaky and weak. My approach is to 3D print an adapter for the barb. It'll have a 1/4-inch NPT hole for the barb and be sealed with an O-ring or gasket, and the gasket will be perfectly contoured to the side of the bucket. The front will have a contoured washer to spread out the force from the barb adapter. Okay, let's get started designing it. On this first attempt, I used an O-ring in a groove of the contoured surface. Unfortunately, it has a slight leak when I hooked it up. It looks like I'll need to use a rubber gasket, which will have more contact area to give a better seal. I found the perfect gasket at Home Depot. It's a rubber garden hose gasket. Okay, let's do a fast redesign and print a new part. I've installed the adapter, and guess what? It works. It totally works. And there are no leaks. I've put links to the parts and 3D STL files down below in the description so that you can make your own adapters and gravity-fed watering containers. In future videos, I'll be hooking this container up to flow sensors and valves to automatically water my office plants. Thanks for watching. If you're obsessed with gardening and technology like me, please click on the subscribe button and check us out at Vegetronix.com.